Just trying to trade smaller accounts has improved my trading overall, simply because all of those crazy bad habits that I used to have, trying to rush into things, trying to just jump into trades, just trying to make a quick buck, trying to hold trades to Jesus come back, like all of that stuff had to go. All right, what's good, YouTube? It's your boy Dan coming to you with another video. In today's video, well, before we even get started, I want to say this first. This is not ideal. If you're coming into this space trying to learn how to trade to actually make money, I would not recommend doing this whatsoever. I've been doing this since 2020, and I've always wanted to be able to grow very, very, very small amounts of money. So over the years of trial and error, I was able to get to that point to where I can actually, be able to do that. But anyway, in today's video, I'm going to talk about how growing just $1 to over 3,000% has improved my trading overall. It's a couple things I want to talk about. First thing I'm going to talk about is the psychology part about it. So throughout the whole thing, my biggest thing about this was just secure the profits that I was making, because when you have such small amounts of money in your account, it's not a whole lot you can do. You can't use really big lot sizes. You can't use a whole lot of entries. And if y'all been watching me for a minute, you know I like to stack my entries. I like to have at least 5, 10, 15, 20, 21, some crazy, but you can't do that when you only have $1 in your account. So you have to be really precise with your entries, and you have to be really precise with your exits. But again, like I was saying, my main thing is just make the money, close out. Don't try to hold nothing. Don't try to, maybe it's going to go further. Maybe it's like when you see profits in your account go from $1 to $2, I'm closing. When it go from $2 to $3 or more, I'm closing. So on and so forth, because that dollar that you make from that $1 to get it to $2 could easily go against you. And you really don't have room for drawdown. You don't have room for pullbacks. You don't have room for errors. You don't have room for nothing. Like one mistake and that account is gone. You got to think it's only $1, like 10 pips for real, and you done. Like there's nothing else you could do. So how it improved my trading overall, patience. Gave me a whole lot more patience. Like I said, you can't just jump in and out of random shit at random times. You have to be really precise with whatever pair you trade in, and whatever lot size you use. You have to be really consistent with that. So patience was a really big thing that it taught me. Obviously, I was already working on patience, but this made it like 10 times more like, okay, I really have to sit and wait for a setup because I have no room for mistakes. Consistency, like you have to consistently use a certain lot size or consistently make a certain amount of pips a day or, a week or whatever. It's no rushing, obviously, but like if you want to grow that account, you have to, actually have a game plan. You have to actually have a consistent day-to-day, routine when it comes to trying to trade these small accounts. Another thing it helped me with is just being on the charts more. And the reason I say that is because when you're trying to grow small accounts and you can't, let's say one pair you're looking at don't really have a good setup, you have to go through certain pairs, and you still have to make sure you're able to actually trade those pairs. Because even with $4, $5, there's some pairs you really just can't get in. Like I think you got to have like $13, $14 to get in gold. You got to have like $3, $4 to trade GU, and with GU is low key a heavy hitter. So if you mess up with GU and you only got $4, you really losing. So it gives you more chart time because you have to be able to go through certain pairs, and then once you do that, it also helps with just getting to recognize and understand how certain pairs move and how certain pairs work. It helped me out with just the time frame whenever certain sessions start up, like how the market actually moves at what certain time they move, when they're gonna actually kick off, and stuff like that. It's just because you're on a chart so much looking for certain setups, not necessarily saying you're like trying to force setups or anything, but you're just going through certain pairs and seeing certain things. So it allows you to have more chart time, and with more chart time you get more experience you get better. So it's like overall everything that I was going through just improved simply because I couldn't just jump in a bunch of different pairs all at one time and hope for the best, because once you enter a certain pair, your margin you ain't got enough margin, so you can't just jump in GJ and NU and GBP USD or UCAD. You can't hop in all of those. You have to literally focus on one pair and then slowly build your way up. Now, what I was doing with this is I would get, let's say, once I'm able to stack maybe 2, 3 trades, I'm letting those trades hit 50 cent, 80 cent, however fast the market is actually moving. Once I go into profit, and I'm either moving my stop loss in profit instantly, or I'm just securing that profit for the day and just slowly growing it every single day. Now I did start up another account. I'm not going to be, recording videos on that, but I am doing a screen record, and I'm just going to be doing day one of growing the dollar to 1,000, day two of the, and I will link, if I don't forget, I will link the TikTok to where I'll be dropping those videos every time I place a trade on that, because that's not something I want to put on the YouTube channel, but that's something I do want to just track it. So like I said, I will be putting that on a TikTok. That way I'm still, posting about it or whatnot, but it's not just, I'm not flooding y'all with a bunch of, oh, I turned $1 to this or I turned $1 to that, because we already got something like that going on. Another thing it taught me is whenever you're taking losses in the market, it's not the end of the world as long as you don't blow the account. Because the first time I did this, I had got the account up to $10, and the very next day I ended up losing it back down to $2, and then I think the day after that I ended up getting that to like $30 or so. So it's like, when it comes to taking losses, I realized like you can take a pretty big loss in one day, and then that very next day you could quadruple that in the profits that you make. So you make all that money back that you lost, on top of 20, 30 extra dollars or whatever. So it's just like, although you take losses throughout the week in the market, it's not over until the end of the week, and it's also not over until you completely either blow that account to where there's nothing left, or it's just your account is so small you can't trade anything else, so you have to refund it up. The reason I used NZD/USD so much is because that's the cheapest major pair you can trade. So I think you only have to have like $1.17 maybe to actually be able to trade that. So in the beginning of my journey, I never had a lot of money to start with in the first place. So I was already, depositing $10 here, $20 there, but I was never actually able to grow it to anything. I was always blowing the accounts. I was always messing up. I always, was rushing into the market, just trying to jump in trades, revenge trading, make $1, lose $1, make $1, lose $1. See a negative balance, and I'd be like, oh, I'm down $1, let me get out. Get into another trade. Oh, I'm down another $1, let me get out. So that was slowly eating up my account. Not necessarily that I was wrong, but I was closing out because I was afraid of losing the little bit of money that I did have. So instead of me just letting the market play out, I would get in, see negative 60 cent, $1.50. I'm like, oh shit, I only got $10 in here. It's gonna blow my account. And I didn't think about, okay, there's $9 in here. $1 ain't that bad. So over the years, I just was always, even when I was trading regular size accounts, $100, whatever, I still was trying to trade $20 here, $10 there, just to see if I could actually grow it into something. So over the years of, I want to say 2021 and 2022, there was a point where I was winning a lot, and then I just had this huge losing streak. And so when you take losses, it messes with your psychology. You start questioning yourself, like, do I really know how to do this? And am I really a good trader? Do I really know what's going on in these markets? Like, what's really going on? How was I winning so much? And now that I'm taking these losses back to back to back to back, like, what do I do? So it's just, once again, this is all going back to, when you take losses in the market. So you just have to understand, like, you're going to have those losing streaks here and there. You're going to have losing days. You may have losing weeks. You may have losing months. That does not mean that you're bad at trading. That does not mean you don't know what you're doing. You may just be going through a losing streak. The market may be doing something that you're not used to. Your setups might look a certain way, and you think, okay, yeah, it's going to go this way, and it just do something completely different. Things do happen in the market to where it's like you just take losses. There's, like I said before in some past videos, I know some phenomenal traders that'll still hit me up and be like, yeah, I took a loss this week, or whatever. It happens to the best of us. So growing these small accounts to whatever, $50, $100, it helps me out so much with being consistent trading, being consistent on the charts, being consistent with my lot sizes. Cause like I said, you'll get to a certain amount of money and then you'll try a certain lot size. And when you take a certain loss from that, you'll be like, okay, I know I shouldn't use that lot size until the account is at this size instead of trying to do it at this size. So just overall, just trying to trade smaller accounts has improved my trading overall, simply because all of those crazy bad habits that I used to have, trying to rush into things, trying to just jump into trades, just trying to make a quick buck, trying to hold trades to Jesus come back, like all of that stuff had to go because I did not have that same type of room to be able to do certain things or trade certain ways, simply because it was not enough in that account. So instead of me being able to have 40, 50 bucks and throwing 20 entries in there, I'm only able to maybe put 2 entries there at that at 0.01. And if you know how NZD USD move with a 0.01, you will be sitting there for a good minute before you see $5, $10, $15. So you have no other choice but to stack that one. So with all that being said, I'm going to switch over to my computer and I'm going to get on the charts and I'm going to show y'all how and when I get my entries, when I get my exits, and I kind of break down like the whole, how my thought process when I'm actually going into these charts. Because a lot of people will talk about how they, oh, I grew this account to this and I grew this to that, but they'll just say, oh, well, I saw this going on, or I knew this was going to happen. I knew that was going to happen. And there's a lot of times where I see something and it'll go my way, and instead of me getting out of the trade, I'll try to hold it and then I'll take losses. Or I'll use a higher lot size thinking, oh, okay, I'm gonna get into this trade with this higher lot, get out real quick, and I'll enter. It'll go against me a little bit, take a loss, and then it'll go that way. Like I said, anything can happen. But again, I'm gonna go ahead and swap over to my computer. I'm gonna get on the charts. I'm gonna kind of break down like how I take these trades, entry points, exit points, stuff like that. And like I said, there's times where I'm not even holding the trade to $1. I may close out at 50 cents, especially if I'm stacking. If I'm able to stack 4 entries and all of them hit 50 cents, I'm up $2 right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and close out because again, you got to think, I started this account with $1. I'm up $2, so my account is now at $3. Or you can get up to $5 and then your account get to $6, $7, $8 and be like, okay, I'm closed out for the day, come back again. That's just how I trade personally, because with the markets that we've been in recently, I feel like because I didn't get my entries at the very bottom or at the very top, I should not be holding my trades, because one day there's news, the next day there's not. Trump be speaking a lot now. They don't always put everything on the news websites to where we can see, and random stuff happens. I've literally watched certain trades play out a certain way at a certain time, and I'm talking about huge candles, and I'm looking for the news trying to see what it was, and there's nothing there. So like I said, sometimes things do just happen. Sometimes the market do just push out of nowhere for whatever reason. But yeah, let's go ahead and swap over to the computer and we'll go from there. All right, so we here. So before I even get into this, I want to let y'all know, when I am growing these small accounts, I am hardcore scalping. Like, I'm not holding trades very long. The most I hold trades is probably throughout that day. So if I do enter some trades, on a whatever day, I'm probably just holding it throughout that whole day just to see what happened. But for the most part, like I said, I'm closing out, I'm securing profits, and that's how I feel like that's how you grow your account. It's not, you don't necessarily hold everything, you just hold what you know for sure is going to go a certain way, which at the end of the day, we really don't know for sure what's going to happen because we can't control the markets. But if you see a certain setup that you're like, okay, this should move to this level or this level, whatever the case may be. So like I said, I'm hardcore scalping when I'm growing these accounts. So I don't want nobody thinking like I'm putting $1 in and entering trades and, keep entering trades while that one entry is still sitting there. Now I'm closing out. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not holding too long. Like I said, the most is probably a day up until the account is at a certain amount. Then I'll be fine holding, especially 0.01s. So, if you don't know about like how 0.01s are with certain pairs, it's like if you were to trade an indice, and let's say those indices are $1 per point. It really depends on what broker you use, but let's say those indices are $1 per point, and you move 250 pips. That means you'll make $250 off of that move alone. So if you can understand that, and once you get used to that, when you go back to 0.01s, especially on a regular pair like NZD USD, once that moves 250 pips, you're not like, oh my God, draw down whatever, because 0.01 on NZD, 250 pips, that's maybe $25 if that, you know what I'm saying? So it depends on what broker you use for one. But The pip counts is different, the payouts is different from different pairs or whatever. But once you get used to trading a indice and then go back to a regular currency, it's like if you have that nervousness from holding trades or the drawdown or whatever, it'll kind of help you out with that because it's not as heavy as US 30 or NAS 100 or SPX. You can go down 100 pips on US 30, you down $100. You go down 100 pips on NZD USD, you probably down maybe $10, a dollar. It's something like that. It's like I said, it's really different. But anyway, I'm gonna kind of break this down really quick and kind of tell y'all, what I be looking for. So if y'all haven't known or haven't seen any of my other videos, I base my entries off of breaks of wicks. So I used to do it off of just the breaks of the bottom of the wick, but over time, like I said, trading small accounts, I was able to be on charts a lot more. I started to see certain, candle patterns and everything. So I started to learn a whole lot more as well. So I base my entries off of certain candles. I'm not gonna get too deep into that, but I wait for a break of a wick, and like I said, I'll see a push and then I'll get out. So let's say we got in a buy entry here. This is a 1 hour time frame, by the way. Like I said, I'm not holding trades long at all. So let's say we got into a buy entry off for this level right here. So I get my entry around this area, right around the break of the wick, somewhere right after that break, I'm getting an entry. Boom, I enter my trades, let the market move. For the most part, with NZD USD, like I say, you kind of got to let that go a little bit just to actually get some money out of it. So 80 cent a dollar, whatever. But we get our entry here, we hold, and then I'm probably closing out somewhere around here. You know what I'm saying? And then I'll wait for the next move, that next day or in a couple of hours, depending on what's going on. And I know a lot of you probably like, oh, why don't you just hold your trades, whatever. Like I said, when you have a small account, bro, I'm not worried about holding trades forever. I'm just worried about getting those profits and slowly building that account up to at least $10, $15 to where it's like, okay, if I do go and draw down $2, I'm good. Because you got to think like this. You have a $1 account. You get $2 profit. So now you're kind of $3. Let's say you enter this trade and it pulled all the way back down here and it hits like negative $2 and some change. You're probably going to get stopped out of that trade before it turns back around, especially if it pushes real heavy real quick and then shoot up. So that's why I am okay with closing out and then re-entering, getting some more pips, closing out, then re-entering, because it's like, for one, I'm avoiding that drawdown. If I don't see any more setups, or if I, let's say I enter some trades, lay down, go to sleep, I don't have to worry about, oh my God, I'm in trades, I'm asleep and wake up to the account being blown because of a pullback happening. Because let's say we could have entered, let's say we entered off of this and then pulled back one last time, taking out these lows. My account would have been over. You know what I'm saying? So I'll get my entry points here, close out my trades, wait for the next setup. Let's say a couple of days go by. Like I said, this is the hour, but let's say a couple of days go by and I see another setup. Let's say we want to get an entry out of this area. So boom, same thing. Get some entries. Let's say the account is at like $5 now. So now I'm probably able to use a 0.02. Now I'm really only using one entry with that 0.02. I'm still not stacking my trades. Okay, we're at $5, $10, 0.02. Let's say this gives us $5 extra. So boom, we go from here to here. We make $5. We close out. We secure that. Now we're at $15. See what I'm saying? So now instead of me stressing like, oh my God, I'm in this trade, I hope it don't go against me, it's like, boom, made my money, got out, waited a couple of days. Boom, made my money, got out, waited a couple of days. And then once we get to about $30, $40, that's when we can start stacking trades. Now we're taking entries from wherever. Let's say this is right now, by the way. So let's say we got our entry right off of this, which I'm probably actually finna get an entry off of this. You know what I'm saying? I told myself I'm gonna wait, so I'm gonna wait. But anyway, let's say we got an entry off here. Boom, we got our entry. The market's moving in our direction. Instead of me having one entry with a 0.02, I'm going to be stacking. I'm going to have a 0.05. I'm going to let it move up, secure partials. And once that pullback happens, re-enter with, let's say, depending on how much you give me after that push, because let's say it pushed up here, I'm probably making like 15, 20 bucks alone. So we get a pullback. I see the market still giving me that bullish structure. I'm getting another entry here, letting the market continue to run. But again, we still have that 0.02 because we had a 0.05 and we secure a partial. So that's still running. So the market comes up, boom, give us a retest, get a re-entry around this area, and it keeps pushing. That's when I'm holding trades. Now, like I said, once my account get to a certain size, I'm cool with holding at 0.02, 0.03, 0.01, 0.05, because I know if the market pulls back, I'm not allowing the market to go no lower than below where my entry was. So, no, that's the wrong one. So let's say we got our entry here. Boom. I'm not letting the market go no lower than this. So I'm putting my stops up under this wick of this candle. If it breaks up under this candle, 9 times out of 10 it's going to keep going up under this candle. Now, there are times where the market do leave wicks, but if it breaks and closes under this candle, which we do not want, I'm already out of that trade. So we secure partials up here. So if we do take a loss, and this, like I said, we started with 0.05. We secured 0.03 of that 0.05. So now if we do pull back, we'll probably lose maybe $2 to $3, if that. But again, we pushed all the way up here. Market come back down here. So now it's like, if that was to happen, we already secured these, because when I see the market doing certain things at certain times, I'm already naturally getting out of my trades once it starts to slow up, move sideways, whatever the case may be. So let's say we entered that pullback with a 0.1 and the market pushed up here, started moving sideways. Off rip, I'm closing that 0.1. Probably still gonna leave this running just to see what happens. If the market come back, keep coming back. Again, we're not losing no more than what's up under this wick, because like I said, the market can come back into this area, but then turn right back around. Now, if price breaks that and then continue pushing after that, I know, okay, we're still bullish. It maybe we're just taking out these lows or whatever the case may be, or retesting this area for one more time. I'm then placing another trade, and I'm letting the market ride out and do whatever it do. At that point, once we pass anywhere above here, I'm moving stops from this trade into profit, and I'm just letting the market do what it do at that point. So that's how I'm growing small accounts. I don't know how other people do it. I personally don't care how other people do it, because the way they do it probably wouldn't work the way that, work for me. So again, I just wanted to make this video to let people know, like, it's not ideal to trade that way, but I'm doing this for one, to let people know, like, you don't need 10, 20, $30,000 to start trading. You don't need 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 100 to start trading. I've taken $30 to over 150. I've taken $20 to 150 plus. I've done some things that a lot of people probably feel like is impossible, because they don't really know how trading works. But I make these videos to let people know that this is very much possible. Like, you can, as long as you have $2-3 to your name and you actually know what's going on, you can make some money in these markets, bro. Like, people be trying to say, oh, you need 100, you need 200, you need 500. You don't need that much money. You can start up with $20, get that 20 to 100. There go your 100 right there. Now you can trade other stuff. Now you can get in gold. Now you can get in US 30. Now you can get in NOS. Now, you know what I'm saying? So now you're able to actually trade those heavy hitters and make some actual money, in return. Don't sleep on the regular currency pairs though. Now, they cook. They cook. But anyway, that's pretty much how I am able to grow very small accounts to decent sized accounts, medium sized accounts, whatever you want to call it. That's how I'm able to take these small accounts to over 1,000% in a couple of days or a week or two, or whatever the case may be. Again, this is not anything you need to be rushing. You don't have to rush. There's nobody to impress. There's nothing to prove. Just, if you're going to do something like this, I wouldn't recommend doing it in the beginning, because I'm not gonna lie, it's very stressful. It's very stressful. But once you get to that point of knowing how the market works and you just want to try it out, try it out. And I'm telling you, it's not as easy as I make it look, because I'm just very in and out of trades, especially with small accounts, because I don't take $1 to $50 off of one trade. I'm probably placing hundreds of trades, getting in and out up until that account is at a certain amount, to where I can either use bigger lot sizing or use a certain lot size, maybe 0.01 to 0.05, and just hold those trades. But in the beginning, I'm not holding shit. I'm closing out trades, and it's not even a lot of money, bro. 50 cents, 80 cents, $1, 97 cents, whatever the case may be. Shit, there's sometimes I probably closed out 5 cents here and there. It's just the simple fact that I was able to enter a certain amount of trades. All of them was in blue. My account has officially grown. If I have $6 in my account and I enter a couple of trades, and my equity, or not my equity, but my profits floating is like $15, I'm closing everything. I don't care if one trade has a penny profit. I'm closing everything, because now I've officially grown that account. So That's all I be focused on, is actually growing the account and securing those profits. I'm not trying to hit TP after TP after TP. I'm not trying to make $1,000 off one trade. I'm not trying to do, nothing crazy. I'm just slowly but surely securing those small gains, because at the end of the day, it all adds up. So with that being said, hopefully that kind of makes sense to y'all. And I just wanted to break that down to, just inform people like this is very much possible to do. Now, again, it's not ideal to just try to start off a trading account with like $1 or something, like realistically, if you want to take trading serious, you definitely need to start with more than $1. Before I go any further, I'm not a financial advisor. Trading is a very risky thing. You can lose. There will be a lot of times where you may lose, and I don't want to, just a disclaimer, I'm not a financial advisor. Don't listen to shit I'm saying. But realistically, if you want to make some actual money in these markets, you're gonna have to make, some actual deposits. Like, don't try to grow $10 to 1,000 in a week, or, just be realistic with yourself. If you know you can do it, that's fine. But if it's something like, oh, well, I seen such and such do it, remember, the people that you watch on YouTube have prior years of experience of, being in these markets, taking losses, taking wins, and they have a system that works for them. So just again, if you ever want to start doing something like that, I prefer you wait until you actually understand what's going on and actually can, trade and make some profits. And then if you want to test out, like, okay, I'm gonna see if I can do this, just try it and see. But like I said, you want to just be realistic with yourself when it comes to trading. Set some crazy goals, but also be realistic. So if 100K a month is realistic to you, I don't know why you would want 100K a month, but if 100K a month is realistic to you, then work towards that. But yeah, just do your best, bro. Like, I've been trading for almost 5 years now, and I learn new shit every single day, bro. Like I said, just being in these markets, being on these charts, I see some shit and I'm like, let me see how this play out for the rest of the month. And I'm gonna, try to, incorporate that in my trading. And like I said, I've learned a lot from just, you know, growing these small accounts over time, because like I said, you can't wild out. You have to be very precise with entries and exits. Like, you have to know when to get out. Like, knowing when to get in is one thing, but you have to know when to get out as well. So with that being said, I'm gonna swap over to my phone. We're gonna finish this out. And again, hopefully y'all, got something out of this. And yeah, so let's go ahead and swap back over. All right, I'm gonna have to hurry up because my phone's about to die. But with all that being said, man, like, overall, bro, it taught me a lot. That's all I can really say. It just taught me a lot. Patience, discipline, also just how to manage an account as well. Like, account management is very, very, very important. A lot of people can make money, but they don't know how to keep the money. That's why I tell a lot of people that start, coming to me and trying to learn from me on Fridays. It don't matter what you started with in the beginning of the week. If you made profit at the end of the week, you need to be withdrawing. Like I said, a lot of people know how to make money, but they don't know how to keep money. Start up with $50, get it to damn near $300, $400. At the end of the week, you don't withdraw. The next week come, you try to go hard, and then you may lose half of it or lose the majority of it and be down back to $40. So to prevent that, all I would say is on those Fridays before the market close, make your withdrawal. If you started with 50 and you got it to 400, withdraw 350. Just as simple. If you started with 50 and you got it to 500, withdraw 450. I mean, just always make sure you're paying yourself. You know what I'm saying? Don't ever continue to give your money back to the markets, because like I said, it's not our friend, bro. It don't give a damn what you doing. It's not going to applaud you because you took your account from 50 to 500. It's not going to pat you on the back. It's not going to give you no extra money. Like, if anything, you need to be withdrawing that and just going, put it in a safe, or if you need it for whatever, spend it if you want to spend it. But like I said, people know how to make money, but don't know how to keep money. So being able to manage a small account, I feel like it's good. It'll help you in the long run, because if you can't manage a small account, there's no way you're going to be able to manage a big account. So that's another thing that it also taught me, because like I said, you cannot wild out with $5 in your account, $2 in your account, $6, $7 in your account. You can't. I don't care what video you see on YouTube. I'm being real and raw with y'all. You cannot wild out with like $6, $7, $10. You can't. You just cannot. So with all that being said, if you're new to this channel, make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications. I do have a Discord link down below in the description. So make sure you click on that, join the Discord, introduce yourself, let us know what your goals are, and where you come from, how you started, what got you interested. And if y'all need help with anything, again, the Discord's there. You can contact me, send a message in the Discord chat. Hey, Deanne, let's chop it up, let's talk, whatever the case may be. And, I'll get to you when I can get to you, man. But today is Sunday. The market is open. It is currently 6 p.m. And I am going to go live tonight at around 1:30ish, maybe 1 o'clock. I really need to get back into the gym because I haven't been to the gym in a while. Like I said before, bro, I'll get comfortable not going, and I don't want to go no more. I don't have that same drive that I had at first. But anyway, for all the new traders out there, man, take this shit serious. Don't try to continue to grow small accounts. If you can grow $100 or whatever, and you know for a fact you can grow $100 or whatever, just keep doing that up until you be like, okay, I'm gonna try to do whatever. But like, don't just strictly try to grow small accounts just because you see I do it or the next YouTuber do it, or somebody on there took $1 to 10K. It'd be these South African traders with these 1 to unlimited leverage that have like 50 cent and grow it to 10,000. We don't have that over here in the realistic with what we have. You know what I'm saying? I'm not saying it's not possible, but because we don't have unlimited leverages on our brokers, we cannot do stuff like that. So when you see stuff like that, don't think like, oh, they this, they that, or they the best trader in the world. Just realize leverage will allow you to do a lot. So if you have unlimited leverage, you can have a penny in that motherfucker. If you right, and it's gonna go your way. But again, take it serious. Don't rush anything. You know what I'm saying? This is your journey. You ain't gotta race with nobody. You ain't gotta compare to nobody. Like, just focus on you and your journey, bro. Like, whatever it is you want to get out of this is very much possible. Everything that you want to get out of this, you can get out of this. Just take it serious. Don't quit. You're gonna have losses. You're gonna get hit upside the head. It's gonna happen, bro. It happens to me all the time. I literally just made a video about blowing 3 accounts in 1 week, and like the first 3 days of the week. You know what I'm saying? Like, after having so many wins back to back to back to back to back. That whole month of January, I don't think I really took that many losses. I probably took 2 losses in January, and then ended up blowing 3 different accounts that very next month, which is this month. So it happens. But all I can say is, again, take it very serious. Be patient with yourself. Be patient with the market. Let the charts, let the market come to you. Let the setup come to you. Don't be trying to force anything. Don't be like, oh, I think I see this. Like, if you don't see your setup, do not try to force it. Don't be like, oh, well, this is gonna happen. If there's no confluences, nothing showing you that the market is gonna move in a certain direction, don't try to predict anything. You know what I'm saying? The market will show you exactly where it's wanting to go. You just have to wait. Let it show you, wait, and then execute once you see it. So with that, I ain't got a whole lot left to say. I know I was yapping a lot, but I just wanted to make this video. I had planned on making this video over the weekend, but I was like, nah, I'm just do it for the beginning of the week. The way we can start the week off strong. And hopefully this motivates y'all to really, lock in and get to that point of being able to grow, $50 to whatever, or $10 to whatever. Because if I can do it with $1, you can do it with 50. If I can do it with $1, you can do it with 20. If I can do it with $6, you can do it with $10. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's very possible to grow small accounts. Granted, it takes time. Unless you're aggressive like I am, it's gonna take time. Because I would click the shit out that button. I don't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, once my account is at a certain size, I'm clicking the shit out the button. I just have to. Especially if I see a certain setup, I'm clicking it. But anyway, again, Discord link is in the description. Make sure you subscribe, turn on post notifications. For all the new people that has came to this channel and subscribed already, thank y'all so much. I really appreciate it. But yeah, that's all I got for today. And guess I'll catch y'all in the next one. Peace.